So how do you select your niche in your private practice? Well, here's a few questions that I can come up with right here on the spot in terms of, what comes to mind when trying to get you to think about what kind of niche you want to get into. So what kind of cases interest you? What type of cases do you look forward to? What type of cases energize you? What counseling outcomes bring you satisfaction? What approaches do you enjoy doing? If you're going into the private practice world, you definitely want to do something that you're going to feel passionate about and you're going to find fulfilling. That's what niching is all about. You want to focus in on a specific area that you find will bring you joy and that you'll be excited to do every single day. And don't let fear get you in the way when you're trying to pick your niche because you fear that you're not going to get people and you feel that you have to pick a niche that, is going to work and that maybe you don't like. You don't want to think that way. There's always going to be an audience for whatever you choose. You just have to find them. That's the only reason that people fear, right? Because they're going to pick something and nobody's going to be an audience for that. But you don't want to have that mindset. So make sure that when you're picking your niche that you check in with yourself and ask yourself, is this what I really want? Is this something that I'm going to be happy to continually do on a daily basis and dedicate my time and research to this specific area? Now, picking a niche, it's going to be hard at the beginning trying to get a good understanding of your niche, understanding the people that you want to serve along with the approach that you're going to pick. So be prepared financially so that you have time to build on top of this. And when it comes to things like this, it does take time. So make sure that you got a backup plan, but don't fall into desperation. It's not going to help you in any way. That's the wrong mindset to keep. Now, if you feel that there's a niche that you really like, but you don't feel that you're fully educated in that area, don't worry. You can basically find somebody that can help you. So a mentor or someone or some kind of training to get you up to date. Don't let that stop you. If there's somewhere in the mental health industry that you think you fit the most and the best and you're passionate about it, make sure you get educated on it. This is just an extra step that you'll have to take, but be ready for it and be excited for it, because this could take you into a whole new direction and maybe bring you a lot more abundance. Now, as a mental health professional, there are different types of niches. Now, mainly the niches that are coming to mind for me right now in terms of you guys as a mental health professional is either focusing in on the psychographics and what kind of struggles they're coming up with, any challenges that are coming up to the surface, things that are stressing them out would be a great start because that's hitting an emotional response. Whereas focusing in on a certain treatment might help with, getting yourself out there and being known for a specific approach. So you can focus in on a certain age group because there's sometimes therapists that prefer to work with children than maybe with adults, but this is up to you how you want to run things. Because sometimes focusing on demographics might not be as strong. Resonate better with adults and work better with adults and relate better with adults. Or maybe they relate better with children because they feel that they're a children themselves or they're a child themselves. You can, another niche you can do is honing in on a certain problem. So a problem that maybe could be arising right now is COVID. People having a hard time coping with COVID. So there's some problems there. Maybe another stressor could be people who are going through a loss in their family. That's something too. That's another problem. There's other problems such as, cognitive behaviors. So maybe some like autism or ADHD, ADD. There's lots of different aspects you can get into in terms of certain problems. It's wherever you think your experience might play a big part in serving people within this problem, right? So you don't have to be, going where everyone else is going. You focus in on what you think is going to benefit you the best. You can also focus in on a certain outcome. So another niche could be people who want to feel relaxed, or people who want to change their lifestyle in terms of a healthy mindset. People who want to take in more of a mindfulness practice. So these are interesting outcomes that you can hone in on as a niche, because there's so many people nowadays that don't even consider mindfulness practice. So people being able to see that you as a person bring results of mindfulness, they will enjoy that, because you're going to be focusing in on that, and you're going to be creating content that's going to be focusing on that topic. And then lastly, you can focus in on an approach. So there's many different approaches into therapy. There's hypnotherapy, there's art therapy, there's just your traditional therapy, there's music therapy. There's so many different approaches. I don't know all of them, but I hope to learn more about them. But each of these have a specific result that they bring, a specific process. So each of these, works differently. And you want to ensure that these approaches that you want to niche down on are going to match the psychographic that you want to hone in on as well. So people who are stressed out, or people who have anxiety, people who have insomnia, or something like that. It has to be very specific, and they have to match and complement each other, because psychographics is going to really hone in on an emotional level. So you want to make sure that you're speaking to that problem using that approach of art therapy. It's a good idea to get really specific on your niche and who you want to serve. It's going to better you in the future, because people are going to understand exactly what you do. You get clear on everything, you're not going to be running into people that are coming to you that are not your fit, and you're wasting time on them. You want to make sure that when you get clear and you get specific, you will get the right people that you need. And I get it. It's scary to limit yourself to just one thing, one niche, and advertise only to that niche. But remember, this is the technique that is going to better you. You're going to stand out much better in the market when you do this approach. And when you get known and you start growing, people are going to come to you first, because they see you as the expert, and that's what you want. Trust. And when you have that trust, it's smooth sailing. So that is it for today. Thank you so much for tuning in to today's video. And if you have any questions, feel free to comment below or follow me on any of the socials. They are pretty much at the end of this video. And if you feel that someone else could benefit from this content, please feel free to share this video with any of your friends or any of your coworkers that hope that they they learn from this as well and gain from some value. So thank you so much, guys. I really appreciate you tuning in. Keep smiling, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye!